Doing a tarot reading for today, July 24th, 2017. All signs through their elements: earth, air, fire, water. Goodness. It's the second time this happened to me today. Something must be going on. Maybe it's just Monday. Maybe it's the retrograde, right? Three of Wands, not being able to see your ships come in. Needing to go back to the Two of Wands and do some more planning. Rethink your strategy, rethink what you're doing, and how, if it's not working, then you need to change what you're doing. Magician reversed, you're not manifesting. Again, the challenge is not manifesting. So you have to figure out how you can manifest what you want. So that does mean that you have to go back to that planning energy. Plan it out. Go back to stage one. Don't think of it as starting over. Just think of it as a new chance to begin and be able to perfect what you want to happen. Death, challenged, popped out as the foundation. That's the change. That's the transformation. On my Facebook, I saw a lot of people hashtagging the mental awareness and suicide prevention. So, yeah, if you know anybody out there who's vulnerable to that, please reach out to them and let them know that they are, cared about, and listen to them if they need it. So, yeah, the death card doesn't always talk about death, but it can. So, yeah, reach out to somebody out there. It can also talk about transformations. That's the main thing it usually talks about, transformations. So there's a transition going on, and apparently you're not manifesting what you want in your life. And you need to go back to stage, planning stage, and rethink what you want and how you're going to get that. What you want this to look like. Sometimes what you want it to look like isn't going to work, and that's why the universe is blocking you from manifesting it. Ten of Pentacles reversed talks about a phase or situation that is taking a long time to end. The Lovers at the top of thoughts is a choice that needs to be made. Alright, so I'm going to show you all the cards. Ten of Pentacles in the past. The Three of Wands, challenged by the Magician reversed. Death challenged. Lovers. And the Three of Swords reversed. And then as bonus cards, we got the Knight of Cups with the Juggler, the Two of Pentacles. So this looks like a situation where a phase isn't ending. You have to make a choice between what you want and what you need. It's a decision between pancakes or a banana, and the banana is much healthier, so take that. Pretty much an obvious decision. It's just you like pancakes more, so whatever. And with this manifestation not going the right way, the universe is trying to tell you that, pancakes isn't right for you or something like that, and you're not listening. So you need to go back to the planning stage and rethink what you want, what you need, and how you want your life to look. And then this transition will go a lot smoother, the phase will end, and you will get healing from this. It can also be a love moving forward, something that you're juggling right now. You're juggling between two people maybe, and this is also juggling between two people, making a choice between two people. And then this is also a third-party relationship that needs to heal. So, go back, think about what you want, what you need, what you want your life to look like, and try to think about what the universe wants your life to look like. Because the universe always acts out of love and in interest for your higher purpose. And it will always guide you to make the decisions that are for your best interest, even if you can't see them right now, even if you can't see that higher interest or that higher purpose that you're meant to be. The universe does, and it tries to guide you. It does. It really tries to guide you to make the right decision. So yeah, whenever you make a decision, just watch for signs and symbols everywhere. If you aren't already, there's usually something that will guide you toward a situation. Like if it's between two people, then their name will pop up everywhere, or the car that they drive will pop up everywhere, or the music will sound like, guidance towards whatever decision you have to make. So just look for those signs, look for those symbols. Nothing in the world is a coincidence. I was just talking about this last night. Nothing in the world is a coincidence. Everything has meaning. It's just what resonates the most with you. And if you can get into the flow of knowing that everything has meaning and knowing that everything is here for a purpose, then you can lock into a state of flow, and your life will be just like dancing through the universe. It's amazing and beautiful, and yeah. I actually made a page on that. It's called Autotelic Flow. But yeah. I don't know why I went off on that. But yeah, just look for the signs and symbols, and the universe will give you whatever you need to make that decision. It's, not hard to find. At least it isn't hard for me. I don't know. Earth. Please give me 4 cards for Earth for today, July 24th, 2017. Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Tarot works off of the idea that absolutely nothing is coincidence. Because as you see, the cards flip out all the time with me and with a lot of other readers. So whenever a card flips out, it actually does have meaning, and it's meant to be. It's meant to be out there. It's all based on the mathematics of the universe, the sacred geometry of chance. Chance is not coincidence. It's just, that's the way the universe wants it to be. I don't know. I can't explain it adequately. I'm sure a lot of other pages are able to go into great length and how there are no coincidences. But it's true. There are no coincidences. Everything has a divine plan, divine timing, everything, absolutely everything. So Earth, you have the Knight of Pentacles, a plan that's moving forward slowly or standing still. You're just sitting there thinking about stuff, which is good because you need to, you know, if this is true for you, then you need to sit there and think about things before you take any steps forward. It's absolutely aggravating for me because I'm an Aries, I do, and I don't really think about anything much, and I don't plan things out too well. My divine plan is to do whatever feels right. And then, well, sort of, and so in your environment, in the way people see you, or in the person around you, or people around you, is the Ten of Swords reversed. This is a energy of a bad time coming to an end and healing, a past betrayal being put in the past, the sun rising, or it can be that this scenario is taking a very long time to end. In your hopes, fears, and emotions is the Sagittarius card, Temperance. So there is balance that needs to be had, or you are being balanced. You are finding that balance, and you are blending the two energies, two opposing energies together to create one alchemical thing. And then in your outcome card is the Page of Swords, which is about seeking knowledge, seeking information. It can be about spying. It can be about sending messages. It can be about talking and communicating with people and gathering information. Do we have any advice for our Earth sign friends? Ace of Earth. Inflow of abundance, a promising good business venture, important documents or contracts. This has been coming up a lot recently. Ace of Earth. Very pretty little fairy there with the feathery-ish wings. And this is Dorian Virtue's Angel Oracle cards. Air, air, air. 4 cards, please, for air. 4 cards, please, for air. 4 cards, please, for air. Strange. Never thought of it like that. 4 cards, please, for air. 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 So like you have the Nine of Swords at first. You can be getting over a time of anxiety and stress and insomnia and staying up too late at night thinking about things over and over and over and over and over again, and just having all of these painful thoughts like swirling around inside of you. You could be getting over that. That is might be going away, or it might be increasing. Just try to learn meditation, clear your mind, clear your heart, breathe, focus only on breathing. Just focus on breathing in and breathing out. You breathe in good energy and you breathe out the negative energy. And you just concentrate on that motion of energy. You don't concentrate on anything else, and that will help you to heal the Nine of Swords. It'll just like bring you out of that state where you can actually relax and clear your mind, clear your heart, and yeah, you will be able to have at least a moment's peace until you have to deal with whatever you're worrying about. Worrying usually doesn't get you anywhere. It's just, swirling emotions and thoughts, and it doesn't really help all that much when you're trying to go through a situation. In your environment card and how people see you is the Five of Pentacles. somebody could be left out in the cold. Somebody could be pushed out of a situation. Somebody might feel like they are on the outside and not receiving the help or the what they should be, and they might just be, like somebody else said, losing faith for a situation. But there's always help. There is always God. God will always be there for you. You notice these people who are destitute are outside of a church. And this church, if they go knock on the door, they will get help. So, yeah, God is always there for us. Always, always, always. And then in the Hopes, Fears, and Emotions card, we have the 8 of Swords reversed, which is good, which is like really, really good. You might be getting over this tension and this anxiety. You might be feeling out in the cold, but you are breaking these chains. You are breaking free of these fears and these illusions, and that is amazingly good. That is amazingly good. Hopes, fears. On the other hand, it could be that these fears and these illusions are surrounding you overly much, you know, like just the same as the tension can be building and going over, then these fears could be going too. These illusions that are surrounding you might be like increasing. So, yeah, please, if you're going in the extreme negative of these cards, then do take some time out, please, and just breathe and relax and flow. And it will help you see clearer and be able to get clearer through this situation. And then we have as the, that's the reason why I said that, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Someone is very unstable right now and not thinking practically, not being very grounded. So yeah, please do go, meditate. Find a quiet spot to meditate in and just breathe and be. Just be. Be from the inside out. Be. And don't think about anything else. Don't give yourself that peace just for a little bit, and then you can probably move forward in a clearer and more higher vibrational way. Ace of Water. Falling in love or the resurgence of a friend relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. The Ace of Cups for me is always about self-love. So yeah, if you are one of these people who are vulnerable right now, you need to find that sense of self-love. You need to find that sense of peace and that inner knowing that God loves you and you are love, and just breathe and be and clear yourself. Fire, please, fire. So like I said, I never thought about that before that way. I said that I'm very not impetuous, but spontaneous. I don't plan things very well, but I always do, and do what feels right. And since I'm like an Aries with a Pisces cusp, I have that feeling of rightness from my Pisces side. It's weird. It's interesting. And those kind of insights are like what you can learn if you look at your natal chart. But yeah, connected to that, I always tell like full-blooded Pisces that they are closest, the signs that are closest to God. They can understand God's side the clearest because they are like the sign that is the most compassionate and empathic and intuitive. They are like that sign that is completely like, I don't know, more connected than any other sign. They're able to just connect on that level higher, deeper, more. fire, please. Fire, fire, fire. 4 cards for fire for July 23rd, 2017. I get a lot of Pisces who I do tarot for. One more card, please. One more card. Alright, so we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed coming out of the gate. You guys might not want to be single anymore, or you guys are going into that single vibe even more so. Like, you don't need anybody. You are completely set in your life, and you don't need, want to hear about anybody. You're kind of closing yourself off with your abundance. You're like, I don't know, almost like a dragon that's dug itself into a cave and surrounded itself by money, and kind of like, I don't need anybody. I have all of my gems and coins sitting here. I don't need anything. I just want to enjoy my life and this abundance around me and this joy around me. And so it could be that, or it could be that you want somebody and you want to have someone in your life. The abundance isn't as abundant as it was before, and you really, really want someone to be with and to share your abundance and your life and yourself with. In your environment card, you have the 9 of Wands. That's the second 9 we have here. 9 of Wands reversed. So this could be the same thing. It's like either somebody sees you this way or this is the energy around you. So you could be really walling yourself up with, you know, absolutely everything in order to protect yourself. Or you could be feeling more vulnerable and you might want, you know, someone with you. So yeah, that's the Wounded Warrior card. Been through a lot and either walling themselves up incredibly, you know, fortress with the minefield and the crocodiles and the moat, and you got archers on the towers, and nobody's getting across your moat, nobody's getting across your walls. You got this wall completely fortified, and nobody's gonna get across that. You've even got, like, I don't know, anti-missile, you know, artillery. So in your hopes, fears, and emotions is the Chariot, which is interesting. Controlling two opposing forces in order to move forward, but not controlling them in a controlling way, but controlling them in a willpower way, where you are using, like, the law of attraction to put your will out there in the universe and having things come together to move forward. This could be a Cancer, actually. This could be a Cancer person, or it could be, it can also talk about travel. It can also talk about, like, you actually moving in your car. That's interesting. Interesting. And then as the outcome card, we have the 5 of Swords. There might have been a fight recently, and that's why you're being so defensive. Where absolutely nobody won. Maybe some sharp words were said, the truth was said, you put that truth out there, went a little bit too harsh, and yeah, like, everybody's like, oh, and feels bad and walks away. And you might have lost some friends, and, you know, that kind of happens for Aries a lot, because we're bastards. I don't know. Or it could be that you are feeling vulnerable and you're feeling like you want someone in your life again because you said those harsh words and you want them back in your life. It could be one of those two things. But you are trying to manifest it through the Chariot energy with the law of attraction. Whatever you're doing, you're trying to manifest it through the willpower, through controlling those two opposite sides, those two opposing sides. Sometimes it can be about controlling the two sides within yourself, the good and the bad, and you are bringing those two things together as a whole and moving forward with it. Oops. Need some advice for fire. Need some advice for fire. I'm Aries. I'm allowed to call us bastards because I know we are. Strength. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. We don't mean to be, though. We really don't. It's kind of like that Sagittarius thing where, you know, you're blunt. And, yeah, the low-key bastard thing. Only Aries are much more high-key about it. So yeah, that is almost like the Chariot, where you're calming the situation down with gentleness, calmness, compassion, empathy, and you know, just taming that roaring lion. It might be inside of yourself, it might be the situation, and you're just trying to calm things down, or you're just, you know, walling yourself up and, you know, trying to calm yourself down. I see how that is. Oh, I see how that is. That is interesting. Lord help me. All right. Water, water, water. I love this. I love learning. Water, please. 4 cards for water. That one right there. This one right here. That one. And we got more right there? Come on. Got nothing. Got nothing. There. Ooh, 2. Darn it. Alright, so water. We are getting over a heartbreak. We got the 3 of Swords, but reversed. Either your heart is getting more broken, or you are healing from this heartbreak. It could be a third-party relationship. Oh, wait. No, that was in the future right there. Sorry, I picked up the wrong card. Lord help us. Alright, so I got the King of Cups. This was upright, though. King of Cups. Kaya, what are you up to? Silly dog. King of Cups. The Sun reversed. 7 of Swords. And the Page of Wands. And then we got a bonus card, which was the High Priestess in reverse. So, the King of Cups talks about a person who's very much emotionally in control of themselves. They are very balanced and very even and very in control. And so they are able to move through situations with love and compassion, but not so much so that they are codependent and manipulative. They are very clear about their emotions and are able to just flow through things. But they're able to, you know, give of those emotions and give of themselves without having it spill all over the place and be too much. Very intuitive, psychic, yes, card. And then in the environment and how people see you, it's either environment or how people see you, is the Sun reversed. It can be that some deep inner things that were being buried are now coming to light. It might be depression. It might be that you're going through a time and you have a lot of depression and sadness going on. But you have this King of Cups upright, so you are dealing with it very well, even though we have the Sun reversed. And your hopes, fears, and emotions, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords can talk about very tricky behavior, very deceptive, thievery. It can talk about, the positive of it is stealing power back. So if you are in a situation where you're trying to get out of, and you need to assert yourself and defend yourself, and things are going out of control because other people are being manipulative and lying and doing all this kind of stuff and being shady, and you come along and you steal your power back, and yeah, you just take their power away from you. Yeah. But it can also be about sneaky behavior. It can be about lying and manipulating, and it can also talk about a third-party relationship, an intermarital affair. This Seven of Swords can talk about affairs. So that can be a fear of yours. And then in the outcome is the Page of Wands, an offer or a child that is around you, perhaps an Aries person. I've heard that it can possibly be an Aries person. But it's a very passionate, very fiery message, or a new start to something. Can be a fire sign. And then as a bonus card, we have the High Priestess reversed. So the High Priestess reversed can talk about either having an incredible amount of intuition and insight and empathy and compassion and just deep inner knowing and a deep connection with the divine. Or it can talk about not connecting to your intuition, not knowing what is right and wrong, and not being able to see clearly for a situation, and yeah, that kind of thing. So let's see if we can get an advice card for water. Again, if you are one of the people who are vulnerable, please clear your mind, clear your heart. In order to move through this. This is a new moon, and it's going to be a black moon. It's there's 2 new moons during the Leo season, and that's what's called a black moon. So yeah, I read up on that last night. It's interesting, but yeah, please, 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 if you are a vulnerable person and you have depression or you have, suicidal thoughts, please find help. Please just do some meditations, write some poetry, talk to people, try to get out more. If it's too much for you, you don't have to do anything. You really don't. But it does help. It does help to try to, roll out of bed. And even if you don't go anywhere, I'm out of bed, yay, that kind of little joy type of thing. But yeah, if you are vulnerable, please try to just breathe and be there for a minute, an hour, a half an hour, 30 seconds, and clear your mind, clear your heart, clear your soul. Advice, please, for water. Advice, please, for water. Renewal. Judgment. Review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. That's the Judgment card. I finally got it right. So a new life starting. The angel is calling you guys up, and there is a new life to be had. And yeah, a new phase or a situation has ended, and this card is the rebirth. There's death, where it is the death of a situation and a new phase is transitioning, and then this renewal, this judgment is the rebirth of that situation, where things are coming alive again, and things are transitioning to something good and something awesome and more in alignment with what you need and what you deserve. So that is awesome. So yeah, that was your reading for today. I hope everybody has a great rest of July. I actually got it down to like 35-ish minutes for this reading, which is awesome. My readings are usually like an hour. But yeah, I will talk to you soon.